What are flow lines?
Flowline is a time schedule that shows an overall overview where you're going to start any jobs at a certain time and at a certain place.
Line of balance is where are you when you are working. Not just the time and who is making it and what I'll be making, but also where. In MS Project, I can fool myself, I can fool the client, I can really make a mess out of a plan because I have no idea. If I give the electrician 5 months, go do the job, take care of yourself, and I'll be sitting here. But if I make a plan in Tactplan, I have to think about, okay, in those 5 months, where is he? So it takes a little longer, but you have a plan you actually can use because you cannot use any plan in MS Project. I have been teaching in MS Project for 16 years and I will never, ever touch it again. Never.
How do you use flow lines in your time planning?
I use it to look ahead when we are in construction, to look ahead what is coming in 1 month, in 2 months. That way I can use the flow line, and I can use the flow line to optimize our work, to see where there's a gap. If people are going to build something at the same time, at the same place, then I can adapt my time schedule to that.
I go out and find the subcontractors. So I do not just make the plan myself. I go out and talk to them, what are we going to do? And then I talk to them about how long time it will take. And then I go make the plan right away in Tactplan. So I always use a location-based scheduling, a line of balance. I always do that because that's where it gives me the best overview. I can see all the, as we in Danish call, the holes in the cheese, and I can see the possibilities in optimizing the plan. So I make the plan saying, okay, we need to cut down for 1.5 months. Then I go out to the subcontractors and talk to them and says, we need to do it faster. Or I make the plan saying, this is how we do it. Because if we are not started yet, I can tell them that you need to be more men to do it. Everything can be planned in 1 year. I always say that. It's just the planning.
What differences do you experience between Gantt and location-based scheduling?
The difference between location-based scheduling and the flow line in Tactplan and a normal Gantt time schedule is that in one page I can have the whole construction timeline, and I can't have that in the Gantt timeline. I can, but I can't see where we're going to build. And I can just see, in a normal Gantt, I can see, okay, the painter starts in March and he ends it's in September. I don't know how many people there are, I don't know where he's going to be at any point. So I just know there will be a painter. But in location-based scheduling, I know that he starts in March in building A, and he starts in building 2 in April, and so forth. So I know exactly where he is at a certain time.
It's so different. MS Project, it can even fool me, and I've been a planner for many years. Even a very small plan. I have actually MS Project plan with 25 lines in it, 25 activities, and I ask people, okay, where are the collision here? Where does it go wrong? And it takes a while to find it. And then I put it in local-based scheduling. And then you don't have to look because it says here the lines are crossing, here it's a big gap, we need to do stuff. It gives me such good overview, that's why I will never go back to MS Project. It gives me not just an idea, but exactly what is happening if I make this line, this activity longer, what is happening in the end. So I'm laughing because people, especially my age, a little older maybe, but they sit like this, I'm not going to do it. But the minute they've tried it on one construction site, they will never go back. But that's their headache, not mine. I could never plan in anything else. Never.
How do you experience the difference between a multi-page Gantt and a one-page flow line?
For a project like this with the 135 apartments, I need around 4,000 lines with assignments, and it will take around 8 A1 papers for the same amount of information that I can have in one page with location-based scheduling.
It says itself. you have already the answer, because you've got a lot of pages you need to have an overview. I had a big construction site making Nordea Bank here in Denmark in 2017, and we had 1 page for 2.5 years of work. And I found out that I needed 92 pages of, I don't know what it's called in English, A0, a big plan. I need 92 pages. Try to put that up, see how good an overview that is. No, thank you. So much easier. You should really do it. Use it.
What is the most important feature in location-based scheduling when you are planning a project?
The most important thing for me, well, there are several important things for me when I use location-based scheduling or Flowline. I have early, when we're planning the project, I know where we can have problems, and I can work on it earlier and minimize our risk. And later in the process, when we are in construction, then I can adapt the timeline and the flow line. When I know how is the weather, is it raining, then I can't have people out making roofs or stuff like that. So I can always adapt and I can see how is the consequences of any adapt I make. And I can see it very easily on the flow line.
It's giving me a perfect overview. So there is no excuses not knowing where to be. And it's giving people, maybe they will not use 10 days, but 9.5. But I don't give, because if you have 10 days and you use 9.5, then you do not start at the next, after 9.5 days, you start after 10 days. So you have 10 days where you know where you're supposed to be, and that's what you use. So the overview of where you are is amazing. If you find a subcontractor on the construction site with my plan in his back pocket, I'm happy. And that's because I know he's using it. And sometimes they take the plan up and says, okay, Kristine, I know it's Thursday, I will be on the next area. Yes, it is. Okay, thank you. Just go on. It's just happy, because they have got dollar signs in their eyes, knowing exactly how long they have and what they're doing. Sometimes now I meet people from other construction sites that I haven't seen for years. And I can see that the shoulders go down and says, okay, you are here, Kristine, thank you. Because you will use line of balance. Of course I will. Thank you, thank you. And then they know they will earn their money and it's good for them. I know that because they know that the location is free. On Monday, the next subcontract starts. So they don't have to jump forth and back. They stay on that area, do their job, and know exactly when they go to the next one. So if they are a little behind schedule, they know they have one more man in. Or if they do it too fast, they know they can put a guy on another construction site. The predictability is the main stuff, the main thing. So that's why you make money. You do not make money to go forth and back. If you jump all over the place, you do not make money. And if you leave the construction site because the next one is not done, you're not sure that you will get the subcontractor back again. You're not sure if this is the same guy. You need to start all over to explain it to him. And then it takes more time, and then they do not make money. Everybody knows what to do, what time, how long time. Perfect. That's how they make money.